Today, the morning sun had just shone its rays when I stepped into the rice field with enthusiasm soaring in my chest. Like the previous days, I returned to walk along the embankment, carrying an undying spirit to look for snails. My steps were light, even though the ground was still wet with dew, and the morning air gently caressed my face. Every gust of wind carried the distinctive scent of mud, grass, and simple hope. The rice fields were so alive that morning. The sound of small birds chirped from the branches of trees not far away, while the gurgling of irrigation water seemed to be the accompanying music on my journey. I looked around, tracing every puddle of water and between the clumps of rice, hoping to find hidden snails. Every time I saw their shells gleaming in the sunlight, there was a feeling of joy that could not be described in words. Like finding a small treasure in the middle of a quiet nature. My hands deftly grabbed one by one, putting them into the container I brought. Sometimes I laughed to myself, tickled by the slippery touch of the snails on my palms. There were times when I fell, slipped on the mud, but I just laughed, feeling like a child who was free to play without any burden. The atmosphere of the rice fields was truly peaceful. The blue sky stretched wide above, thin clouds drifted slowly, and sunlight danced on the surface of the water. Time flies by without me realizing it. Even though sweat is starting to wet my body, my heart remains light, full of laughter and happiness. Looking for snails is not just an ordinary activity. For me, this is a small adventure that brings stories every day. Behind the mud and drops of sweat, there is genuine joy, togetherness with nature, and gratitude for the simple things that make today so special. In this newly planted rice field, I walked slowly again, along the embankment while carrying hopes and enthusiasm that were no less than the previous morning. Dew still covered the tips of the leaves, and the air felt so fresh, as if nature was welcoming me with a warm embrace. The clear puddles of water reflected the blue sky in my face that occasionally looked down, looking for small snails hiding behind the mud. There were quite a few snails in this rice field, but they were much smaller than usual. I had to be really observant, observing every corner, every little gap between the newly grown rice plants. Sometimes I almost missed them, thinking they were just ordinary lumps of mud. But when the sunlight hit their shells, the little glimmer betrayed their hiding place, and that was when I knew I had found another one. The sound of my footsteps softly on the rice field water created a distinctive sound, soft splashes that blended with the sound of the wind and the whisper of leaves. The sound not only indicated my movement, but also brought a peaceful nuance that was hard to explain. I felt like I was part of the harmony of nature, like a small note in a large orchestra played by the universe. Despite their small size and hidden beneath the mud of newly planted rice fields, I still fought for the snails. Every step I took through the rice fields was not just an ordinary activity, but a form of sincerity, a story of perseverance and simple love that is unseen by many people. The clear water of the rice fields touched my calves, cold and calm, but my heart was full of enthusiasm, as if nature knew how important every snail I found was. Not for sale, nor for play. These little snails are a small hope that will fill the hungry stomachs at home, for the ducks that greet me every morning with their noisy voices. I know they are waiting. And as I walk with my eyes constantly scanning the surface of the water and mud, I am not just looking for those small, voiceless creatures, I am fighting for the life that depends on my hands. The sound of splashing water broken by my footsteps seemed to accompany this struggle. The quiet rice fields became silent witnesses to how every morning I went through was not just a routine, but a small sacrifice for a love that not many people knew about. There were no cheers, no applause. Only me, nature, and the determination that continued to guide me not to stop. Continuing my steps with a small smile that I couldn't hold back. Today, like many other days in the rice fields, was a simple but meaningful day. Without the need for big words or extraordinary achievements, I knew, here, amidst the clear water and young rice, happiness grows without being asked. No matter how simple it is, everything done with love and sincere intention will always be meaningful. Even if it's just a snail from a clear rice field, for the ducks at home, it's a livelihood. And for me, it's a small victory that I will continue to fight for, day by day.